What's up, everybody? So it was reported yesterday that the Knicks have signed Nerlens Noel to a one-year, $5 million contract. With this move, the Knicks land a player who could be an excellent backup center behind Mitchell Robinson. Nerlens Noel has really gone under the radar since leaving the 76ers. Back in the 2016 to 2017 season, Noel was traded from the Sixers to the Mavericks at the trade deadline. That offseason, the Mavericks tried to lock down Noel as their center of the future with a 4-year, $70 million contract. Nerlens Noel rejected that deal because both he and his agent Rich Paul somehow thought he was worth a max contract. Since both Noel and the Mavs couldn't reach an agreement, he signed a 1-year, $4 million qualifying offer. This couldn't have gone any worse for Noel because the following year, Noel only played in 30 games for the Mavericks. He missed 2 months of the season due to a hand injury, and he got suspended for violating the league's anti-drug policy for using marijuana.
Stay off the weed.
Unfortunately for Noel, he'll likely never see that type of money again, and rejecting that $70 million contract will probably go down as the biggest regret of his life. But despite the embarrassing situation in Dallas, Noel has revived his career over these past couple of seasons. Instead of becoming the next Larry Sanders, Noel has become an excellent backup center for OKC off the bench. So in this video, I'm going to explain why Noel is still a good player and while he'll be great for the Knicks. But before we continue, if you like content like this, please like the video as it really encourages the YouTube algorithm to recommend it to more people. And please subscribe as it really helps my channel grow. Now let's get started. After the rough situation in Dallas, Nerlens Noel signed a 2-year deal in OKC. And for the Thunder, Noel was an excellent backup center behind Steven Adams. Just last season for the Thunder, Noel averaged 7.4 points, 5 boards, 1.5 blocks, and 1 steal per game on 68% shooting in just 18.5 minutes a game. This is extremely good production in just a small amount of playing time. Nerlens Noel per 36 minutes gives a much better indicator of just how truly good an impact he's having. Per 36 minutes, Noel averages 14 points, 10 boards, 2 steals, and 3 blocks a game on 68% shooting, which is absolutely insane. It's very rare that you see a big man with a steal and block average that high. These well-rounded defensive stats just goes to show how versatile defensively Nerlens Noel is. For starters, Noel is an excellent rim protector. Thanks to his size and length, at 6'11" with a long 7'4" wingspan, combined with his excellent timing and athleticism, he's extremely tough for driving players to score on. Usually when opponents meet Nerlens Noel at the rim, they usually end up getting their shot blocked or altered. Nerlens Noel is very agile for a player his size, and thanks to that agility, he's able to guard perimeter players and close out to three-point shooters very easy. Nerlens Noel also plays the passing lanes really well, which leads to him getting a lot of steals and deflections. He's become underrated because he's been playing backup to another good center in Steven Adams, but Noel is low-key one of the better defensive centers in the league. Nerlens Noel is also extremely useful on offense. He isn't a stretch big, but he can really help out an offense with his effectiveness as a lob threat. Noel is a great athlete vertically, and he sets strong screens. And because of that, he often gets a lot of alley-oops and easy baskets out of the pick and roll. Thanks to that size and athleticism, Nerlens Noel was extremely efficient in the paint, which is why he shot 68% from the field this season, which is a very high percentage. Noel is also really active on the offensive glass. If he's not boxed out, it isn't uncommon to see Noel get a putback dunk. Overall, Noel is the ideal modern center in today's league. He's a good shot blocker and switcher on defense, and he's a good rim runner and finisher at the basket on offense. As we can see, Nerlens Noel is a very good player, and he should be a good fit on a New York Knicks roster that could use a backup center. The Knicks already have their center of the future in Mitchell Robinson, who's already an elite shot blocker. Adding Noel should really help to improve the Knicks defense because by having both players on the roster, the Knicks can have 48 minutes of elite rim protection. Last year, the Knicks defense looked good with Mitchell Robinson on the court, but the second that he sat down, it felt like the lane was wide open. Guys like Bobby Portis, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson simply aren't players that offer much resistance to players attacking the rim. Well, now, the Knicks have a backup center that will make it so there's no drop-off in defensive intensity once Mitchell Robinson catches a breather. Furthermore, Mitchell Robinson still has problems with foul trouble. This is part of the reason he only played about 22 minutes a game last year. With Noel on the roster, if Mitch has to sit early because he picked up some early fouls, the Knicks could still have an elite defensive center on the court. Overall, this was a pretty good signing for the Knicks, and I'm honestly shocked he was able to be had for just $5 million. If Noel continues to play the way he played in OKC, I would honestly consider re-signing Noel next offseason because having a big man off the bench that can be that productive is pretty huge. And with that said, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Do you like the Nerlens Noel pickup by the Knicks? What else would you like to see them do in free agency? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.